Now, joining us now is State Department spokesperson Tommy Pigott. Tommy, thanks. Listen, you heard those comments from Democrats. They want to, I guess, limit President Trump's ability to negotiate, to move forward with any type of help. They really are putting him in a damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? He isn't doing enough. He's doing too much when it comes to things like this. One thing I want to ask you, being there at the State Department, what's the sentiment from other Arab nations? I know there's kind of the public thing they put out, but we've heard for years that they don't want Iran as this kind of bad actor in the region. Would there be at least quiet support if President Trump moved further?
Look, I'm not going to get into sensitive diplomatic conversations, but what I can say, and I think the context of this is really important, is that you have a regime in Iran that has wasted that country's wealth on a nuclear weapons program that was obliterated by President Trump, on malign activities, on their proxies throughout the region, their terrorist proxies, instead of focusing on the basic needs of their people, water, food, and energy. So what we've seen in Iran is the justifiable anger of the Iranian people who need water, food, and energy. So the Iranian regime should end its malign activities. The president's been very clear on that. He's taken action in that regard.
Tommy, it's a fellow Tommy here. So we've got a Venezuelan opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, meeting with President Trump, of course, this past week. The future of the country obviously still hanging in the balance. And while she praised President Trump's effort to remove Nicolas Maduro, she is calling out the current leader of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, who was once reportedly a DEA target. Listen to this.
From an ideological perspective, I mean, she's a communist, and she has been part of all these criminal structure that has put in place not only to destroy Venezuela, but to harm the rest of the hemisphere, including the United States. She's absolutely someone that that's close, as I have to say, to Russia, to Iran, to China. That's where her, her loyalty is.
So, Tommy, why is the Trump administration working with the former Maduro regime, and will the White House reconsider possibly supporting Machado as the next leader of Venezuela?
Well, look, as the president and secretary have laid out, we're focused on our national interests here. You had an illegitimate leader in Maduro that cooperated with narco-terrorists, that unleashed gang members into our country, that had a corrupt system of oil where the oil wasn't being used to benefit the people of Venezuela. We're clearly focused on our national interests there to combat the flow of deadly drugs into our country, to make sure we don't have gang members coming into our country, to make sure that the oil is used in a way that benefits the people of Venezuela and the people of the United States. We've seen an agreement to that regard. So we've had discussions with the interim authorities there. Those discussions have been constructive, as the president has indicated. But the secretary has also outlined a three-phased approach here.